Hello, I'm Stanley Campbell, and I'm running for the United States Senate in the great state of Florida. So today we want to talk a little bit about immigration. In fact, specifically, immigration between the countries like Cuba and Haiti. Those are our largest immigrants as it relates to how they come to our borders from the sea. Now, we know the policy of immigration from Cuba, a communist country, where when a person gets feet dry here, they actually process very quickly and they're able to stay. Those, however, from Haiti are treated a little bit differently. This is one of the things that, of all of what's happening in the country today, I kind of differ from the position of the Biden administration. And to be quite frank, I don't think that there's a country that is as close to us, that means so much to our own history, that should actually have people sent back to Haiti without the without the benefits of having a hearing and being able to process with the exact same fervor as you would if you were Cuban. So now let me just give you a little bit of why and where my history comes in. In 1993, when the boat lifts first started, we would capture Haitians, we would put them at Chrome in Miami, and then we would then deport them over to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. And so many of you and so many of your relatives have actually taken that trip. For me, I thought it was somewhat racist, and I did not think it made the United States look very well. As a U.S. military soldier or sailor, I take that very seriously, because how we are treated is how we should want to be treated. And if we treat those Haitians the way we did by sending them into camps in Guantanamo, I did not think that was fair. So what did I do? So my brother and I began this radio campaign collecting food, medicine, and clothing to take over to Guantanamo. Now, we kind of knew that the United States military was doing a good job in taking care of those folks. However, what we did know is that these were people, pregnant women, children, who were living in camps that they should not be subject to. But that's the way our policy went. So what we did to bring attention to that policy is we actually rented 727 airplanes. We rented 3 of them. The first one, we put food, medicine, and clothing, but we also loaded the top with Cuban nationals who were here in the States, who were elected officials in the city of Miami. We added Jonathan Demme, the guy who wrote The Silence of the Lamb, or he at least directed The Silence of the Lamb, the movie. We had newspaper. We had Pax Christi, the Christian, Pax Christi, the Christian foundation, and we had many others. So when we took hundreds of people with cameras and who could actually interview themselves with the people of Haiti and as well with the folks who were maintaining those, we both knew, and as they did, that this was not the optimum condition. We then did it again 2 weeks later, and then we did it again 2 weeks later, to the point where the Bush administration, who had just lost the presidential race, decided that they would help us. So President Bush authorized 2 Coast Guard aircraft to go over to Guantanamo. I was on both of those airplanes as well, and 1 press person, because the deal that they cut with me was that we could take whatever we want on those military airplanes. However, we would only be able to take myself and one other press person. So the goal was very simple: to limit the press. We had brought enough attention, and we had gotten their attention. Around the same time, we then started to proceed to bring the then elected President Aristide, back to the United States so that they could begin the process of putting him back in place with an operable government. Now, that government did not last and may not have been the most opportune, but it was the elected government. And so what does that do for us today? Now, 31 years later, we're now in the same position as we were 31 years ago. And I call on the administration to actually do more. We could successfully send arms and munitions all the way over to the Ukraine, and rightfully so. We could do the same thing with Israel, and rightfully so. The issue for us in Haiti is we have not done enough to secure those borders, to have security to the point where children could go to school, where people could actually go and to work every day. Where farming, agriculture, trade, transportation, all of that is now disrupted by the gangs. Now this week, the militia from Kenya has arrived. It is our significant hopes that we will actually bring some level of peace to those people so that we can actually now begin the work that is needed to get business and economy back in place so that people could have jobs and so that the work that needs to be done can be done so that we can make Haiti wealthy and prosperous, at least as wealthy and prosperous as the other side of the island is with the Dominican Republic. I can tell you, when I'm in the United States Senate, I will continue the 31 years of work that in my life that I've invested in Haiti because it is the right thing to do. The things that I did with taking Reverend Jackson, with taking Charlie Rangel, and with taking other people, as many as I could get, the ones that would articulate the voice of the Haitian people who had no voice. I took those people there, and I can tell you, Haiti is a great country. It has the full potential of everything else in this hemisphere. We just need to work with them to get back to their greatness. So when in the Senate, that will be a part of my mantra to make absolutely sure that no president who serves during the time that I'm there will forget that Haiti is rightful, it has been helpful to the United States throughout our history, and it deserves a better relationship and one that will bring peace and prosperity to that country. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do for Haiti, and thank you for the work that you do here in the United States.